Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All Things Event. This is the People's and Vendors Hub. It's your girl MCJT, and today we are live with another amazing show for you. But before we introduce our guests, please, I want you to please grant StreamYard permission so we can see your comments and so you can be part of the show. We're going to play the intro jingle one more time so you can share the video, invite a friend, tell a family member. Today, we are here to change the trajectory for you and your family. We're talking building a sustainable foundation for your finances. So I'm going to play the intro jingle one more time. Share the video, and remember, our platform can now get stars. So please send us some stars. It's your girl MCJT. One more time, please invite, share. Let's talk how to change the narrative within our financial goals. Thank you so much for joining us. We have two on the line already watching. Thank you. Please share the video, grant StreamYard permission, tell a friend to join in, and we have two amazing financial educators who are here and are passionate about ensuring that you and I understand how money works. And of course, the big thing, retirement for you and I. Because as you and I know, Social Security is not it for it. Too many on the go. Machines have taken over. Not enough people working for you and I to obtain Social Security as a retirement goal. So join in, share the video once more, tell a friend. Let's get this place packed so we can learn and we can grow. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to play our intro jingle one more time so you can get a chance to tell a friend. We are back. We're excited. Please help me welcome, like I mentioned, two individuals who are passionate about financial education. The first one is hailing all the way from Texas, is Coach Priska. Please help me welcome Coach Priska. And the other one is hailing all the way from the DMV. It's Coach Eddie. Please say hello and please introduce yourself to the All Things Events community.
All right. Good evening. Good afternoon. I don't know where you're logging in from, but I'm excited. I'm logging in from Houston, Texas. I'm super excited today to be a part of this great program. I've been a part of the industry now 14 years. I'm very, very blessed to have been introduced to this wonderful industry and the campaign that we're all about, just providing basic financial education. And I'm happy today that we will be looking at some great topics, and I hope and I know that as you come ready, you're going to benefit a lot. The great thing that I will leave with all of us today is action. Knowledge is great, but applied knowledge is the best. And so once again, thank you for having me today. I'm excited and looking forward to what we have tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Eddie.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Eddie. I'm coming in for you from Bowie, Maryland. Been in the financial industry for the last 5 years. I'm passionate about educating our people so they can understand how money works. I am happy that this opportunity has been given to me. I hope you are out there, you're listening. Get your pen and paper ready to take notes and to ask questions. Thank you.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, like he mentioned, please get your pen and paper. We're here. We will reserve our Q&A for the end of our show today. Usually we do it as we go. We'll reserve it for the end of the show. Once more, please grant StreamYard permission so you can be part of the show and so that we can also see your comments and questions. We're going to get right into it. So thank you both for joining us. One thing that I've mentioned in our introduction is that Social Security is no longer the way for many of us in terms of retirement. Your organization is all about educating families. And the truth is that we people of color, immigrants, are known for not being informed financially. What are some of those key areas that you provide education for? Coach Friska?
All right, wonderful. We actually provide education on all aspects of your personal finances. Some of the topics include increased cash flow, which is just making sure that you can track every penny that comes into your pocket. Also, debt management. We believe that if you can get out of debt, you can have more money to save. We also look at proper protection, which is everything insurance, especially looking at the living benefits of life insurance. We also talk about savings and wealth, just preparing for emergency. We saw what happened when COVID came. Not many people were ready. Also, accumulation and asset strategies, how to really play in the market. We want to make sure that before you go, you have the basics, and then planning for the almighty retirement. That's a Formula 20, which I never heard until I joined the industry. What does that mean? You want to know those type of things, and also you want to know how much money you should set aside for retirement when you look at other factors that may affect it, like let's say healthcare costs, inflation, and many other things. Of course, also asset preservation, making sure that you plan and you can put the all right, I'll call it icing on the cake, making sure your wishes are documented, everything that you want, that is going to be done exactly the way you want it. And that is really a holistic approach to, planning very well for your future. So we're super excited to provide all this information to you. And I hope that you take action, like I said earlier. Thank you so much.
Wow. I mean, this is a one-stop shop for anything financial education, it sounds like. From debt management to retirement to everything in between. That is fantastic. So I think for many of us that are business owners, people that are working, the big thing we know about when we hear retirement, we hear it's 401k. Could you please help us better understand what is 401k and what happens when someone leaves a job that they were maybe matching that 401k? What is the process? Is that something that you educate families and individuals about?
Absolutely. Yes, of course. Most people would talk about 401k. If you don't have 401k, you probably have 403b or you have 457. They all mean the same thing. The main thing we try to make sure you understand is is the company matching your 401k? And if they're doing, how much are they doing? When are you supposed to be vested to take whatever they're putting in that, pocket with you? Also, when you leave the company, what do you do with that money? A lot of times, most people just leave it and go on to the next job. But we say you have to make sure that at least you can move it into what we would call an index annuity or an annuity, which is just making sure that the money is protected while it's growing. A lot of times, most people just don't know what is going on. I think the time that they know about their 401k is when they first sign up with that company and then they sign the benefit paperwork, but that's it. They never look into the statements that are sent to them. They don't. And again, the big thing that is, puzzling to me is that you're working the job, and the major thing you're working this job is to build retirement income, but you never get the chance to really get into understanding what this is all about. And again, we have a whole workshop that addresses this particular topic. And I believe that it's something that you need to give to yourself, that education, so you can know the ins and outs and be better prepared so you don't run out of money when you retire. As we see today, a lot of people retire, but they end up going back to work because by the time they look into their portfolio, they don't have enough money to retire. And we resoundingly talk about life expectancy, which is now over 85. So even if you were to work to age 70, how much money do you think you need? Are you on track? Are you doing the right thing? So it's something that I believe that to be very, very on point, you have to get yourself educated properly and be in charge of that particular aspect of your financial future.
Wow. So you mentioned annuities. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And what exactly is that? And how does the 401k and that correlate?
Okay. The 401k, of course, is when you're working with a company and they give you retirement, which you sign up for. Some companies don't, some do. And you sign a particular percentage of your income based on the arrangement of that company. Every company is different. like I said, when you, of course, 401k is a market product in the sense that you pick the particular stocks that you want. If you're able to do that, if not, the company just does it for you. So, which means that it's, of course, up and down with the market as it goes up and down based on whatever arrangements you have. But now, when you leave work, or let's say you change jobs, we talk about an annuity. An annuity is something that makes sure that your money is growing, but you're not losing when the markets are going down. And that is something very crucial. Again, we cannot go in depth into everything,
Absolutely.
how these things work. I would just invite you to come to our workshops, and you're going to learn more. And you can attend these workshops on limited time so that way you can know. I've seen instances where people just, the 401k balance was like 100,000. By the time they go back to it, it's like 50,000 or 80,000. You want to make sure, at least worst case scenario, whatever you've accumulated over time, that the value doesn't go down with the market. You want to protect against market downturn. That is really one of the big features that something like an index annuity would provide for you.
Wow. That is powerful. Talk about, listen, you and I know for a fact that it's all about not just retirement, but being able to, when you work so hard for your money, you want to make sure that your money is safe. So annuities are the ways to go. And as Coach Priska mentioned, you are certainly welcome to join them. And they'll tell us a little bit more later how to join these workshops so you can get the knowledge that you and I absolutely need in order to be successful. So let's move a little bit into life insurance. I know that as a community, we desperately need to be informed. There's lots of myth about life insurance, what it does, what it doesn't do. But I wanted to post to you all because you all have been doing this for a few years. What exactly is life insurance, and what are the benefits of life insurance? I'll give this one to Eddie.
Good question. Good question. People buy life insurance for the obvious reason, which is death benefit. But life insurance has evolved. Life insurance has become a dynamic financial planning tools that we need to understand how to use it. Not only life insurance provide that death benefit, but it also supplement your retirement income. It also provide cash accumulation. And to top it all, life insurance has evolved to become a living benefit. In other words, you can use life insurance to pay for things like long-term care. You can use life insurance for chronic illness, for critical illness, for terminal illness. So not only it provides you with that benefit, not only it can supplement your retirement income and accumulate cash, but it can also be used to pay for living expenses so that you can protect that cash for your retirement, and also protect so that you do not run out of money for retirement.
Wow. Wow. Living benefits. The myth has always been that life insurance is after you're gone, your family gets the support that it needs. But it's amazing to know that we can do so much more with it nowadays. But one of the concerns that I've heard is that a lot of people say it's only for citizens. Are there options for individuals that are permanent residents? Some are students that only have a social security number. Are those options for them as well?
Well, there are so many companies out there that are providing life insurance, and these companies have different qualifications or different status that they are looking at. It's just a matter of speaking to a financial professional and let that person know what is your status. That person, that financial professional, will pick up a phone, call the various companies, and see which one is out there that can provide you with something. So yes, not only people have green card or you a citizen, but also even if you have social security number, there are companies out there that can provide you with life insurance.
Wow. That is great to know. what are some, and I have to ask you both this, what are some of those myths that in your years of providing financial education to individuals and family that you've experienced? And you can, just a couple of examples just to help us better understand for someone who's out there doubting if, hey, this thing is really for them. I'll go to Ms. Priska first.
All right. One of the big ones that's very funny to me is a lot of times people ask, do stay-home moms need life insurance?
Mm,
You can imagine,
wow.
just because they are home does not mean they don't have an economic value to the family. They do. Think about if they were going to put the child in a daycare center, how much would they spend weekly or monthly? So they do have a value. So yes, that's to say that everybody needs life insurance.
Mm,
A baby needs life insurance. An old person needs life insurance, even though cost increases with age, but everybody gets what they can get based on their set circumstances. Another thing that I would like to highlight is the fact that just because you have certain health issues does not mean you can't get life insurance. There's even life insurance for people with HIV/AIDS. Hey,
mm,
everybody can. Don't be afraid to apply. There are different companies that provide different things. All we need is to sit down. Every case is specific and has different situations. But we sit down, and that's the good thing about what we do is that we are a client-centered program where we work for every single family to see what is their situation, what's the circumstance, and then we look into our company bank to see who can meet that specific need. So don't sit back, give it a shot, try before you even say, oh, as for me, my case, my situation, I'm not going to get protection. You can get protection, and you will. Just take the next step to get someone look into that.
wow. Mr. Eddie, any examples from your time with educating families?
Yeah, the biggest myth that I come across as an educator is that a lot of people don't understand that the wealthy people use that vehicle to fund their retirement.
Mm,
Wealthy people understand the tax benefit of life insurance, and they use it to the maximum extent so that they can have a bigger retirement and tax free. A lot of people don't understand that when you look at the tax system in this country, life insurance is classified as a tax advantage account. The
wow.
myth, when you start to tell, when you educate people on that aspect, they are surprised. But this is one place where the wealthy are using it for their advantage so that they can maximize and be able to have a lot when they're retired. Because in this country, wherever you put money, you have to understand the tax implication when time comes for you to withdraw that money. You need to understand that. You need to ask yourself, where are the wealthy putting money? What is it that they know that we middle class have to look at it and also be able to follow? So life insurance is a tax advantage vehicle, and you can use it to be able to maximize your retirement income.
Wow. So the wealthy continue to get wealthy because they know where to put their money, in other words.
Correct.
While the middle income folks like you and I continue to go poor because we have no idea where to put our money so it can work for us, in other words. Wow. Knowledge is power indeed. Wow. I had a question. Someone just sent me a question here on my cell phone, and they're unfortunately unable to join us, but they said, can these life insurance tools be utilized for college as well? Can you also use that as a savings option for your children's college? Ms. Priska?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like for me, my policy, the cash value I'm using for my retirement. For a young child, their cash value is really designated for college. So yes, you can. The key things we say is start early. Make sure that you actually, for example, a baby born or as soon as they're 15 days old, they can get a policy. And the biggest things we plan for is their college money. I've set up many of those types of plans where if the child is needing, which is actually the approximate amount right now, about $100,000 for college by age 18, they need to be saving at least $300 a month. They build that kind of cash by that time, and so they can use that for college. The good thing is that with that, they can redirect the money to non-college expenses if they end up having, scholarships and grants and things like that. So yes, absolutely.
And I know when we were backstage, you all mentioned IUL. What exactly is that a little bit? Just help us better understand what is IUL.
Well, Index Universal Life is the latest life insurance policy that is out there. I think it came out about some few years ago. We used to have a term. We went to whole life, which was the first permanent form of life insurance, and then we moved to universal life, and then we moved to variable, and then the last 6 years we've come with index. What it simple means is that the company is looking at what the market is doing, and they're using that a figure to credit your account. They use the market indices. Whatever the market closes that day, that is what they're using to credit your account. Your money is not directly into the market, but they are using the market outcome to credit you on a daily basis. So you can be able to have up to double-digit or crediting onto your account by using insurance. So you will hear people say, I'm using index IUL to build my retirement. They're simple telling you that they are using the life insurance, and the life insurance is using the stock market crediting system to credit them.
Wow. So, but if the market crashes, does your money also crash as well, or?
Not really, because with a life insurance policy, you have what I call the protection. You have a floor which protects you during market downturns. When the market goes to negative, you are being protected. Most insurance you hear, they will say the floor zero is euro, or 0.75 is euro. What they are saying is that the insurance will not credit you below 0.75. Therefore means if you do have money in there, the market crashes or the market is on negative, you do not lose. Instead, you gain 0.75 interest rate.
Wow. So the market goes down, my money is stable, and I'm not losing.
That's correct.
That is great to know. Wow. So you as you were speaking, you mentioned term, whole life. Ms. Priska, can you just help us better understand? I know those are the different types of life insurance out there, but just a synopsis on each of those, just so that people better understand what those are.
All right. So, you know how we rent, you can either rent an apartment or you buy a home. Mm-hmm. Yes. The term life policies are like renting an apartment. You buy for a period of time, just like it states term. You can buy for 5 years, you can buy for 10 years. The most popular length of time people buy is 20 or 30 years. What that means is you get a flat rate for whatever term you sign up for. If you sign up for a 20-year term, you're going to have a flat rate every single month for that length of time. And then once it's 20 years, then you are expected to renew it, and the rates will go up because now let's say if you bought when you were 20 years old and you signed up for a 30-year term, now you're going to be buying at age 50. And we must know already that life insurance cost increases with age. So there's no equity in the term policy, which means there's no savings. There's no cash you're building in those types of policies. However, just like my partner spoke, most insurance today is not just about death benefit. Even the term life policies have those living benefits, or otherwise called accelerated death benefit, which means you can actually go into the death benefit before time. So if we were to provide a term policy, which is maybe what is affordable and suitable for that person, it's not a bad product. It's just that you give whatever is suitable and affordable. We always want to make sure that it does have those living benefits. So that's that on the temporary coverage. On the permanent ones, just like Coach Eddie stated, the whole life is the oldest form. The biggest thing is once you move from the term to the permanent policies, the person is wanting to build some cash value. So the whole life policy came out is fixed, is very rigid, meaning that once you sign up, it does not accommodate the changes in our lifestyle. And human beings, we're not static. We keep trying to move upwards progressively on the positive side. It does not give room for that. Also, the interest rate that they, credited the policy value is between 2 and 4%. Back then, inflation was nothing, so that number was good. But today, it's not. So again, that product will not be the best if you're thinking about building retirement income or college planning. Most of those products really are really right now are used for final expense. So that's burial insurance. However, they're still good. Everything has, meant for someone. So we look at that. And then for anything universal, anytime you hear the word universal, it just means it's flexible and adjustable. And those are built to accommodate human life. What do I mean by that? Every day we're aspiring to get better. We want to become a doctor, a nurse, whatever. So, of course, once we accrue those different new milestones, we want to adjust our benefits. Also, sometimes things don't go as planned. It could be a job loss, it could be reduction in my work hours, it could be sometimes things go really good. I'm paid a bonus, I stumble into some huge money. These products are built to accommodate all of this. So sometimes the client could skip premiums. Sometimes they could stop altogether and still have the policy run and stay in force. So it just depends. So anytime you hear the word universal, it has all these benefits I've talked about. But now it started off with the regular universal life plan, which of course the interest rate, the differences in terms of the interest rate is between 3 and 5%. Again, that is not up to date today. And we have the variable universal life. That one is a stock market a product. So of course there's going to be ups and downs in whatever stocks that you pick to credit the money to. And then of course the index UL, which is again the IUL, is a top notch in the industry. Again, that one, the key things is that it has a cap and a floor. Every company will give you a certain cap. The cap is the highest they will credit, and the floor is the lowest that would be in the plan. So that way to protect your interest captured and the principal amount put in. So that's just kind of like the general, progress of insurance. But the biggest thing in insurance, it doesn't matter whether you're getting a temporary plan or a permanent policy. The key things today is living benefits. Can I use it when I'm alive? Because if you think about this just for 1 minute, is when you are not going to work for whatever reason, especially healthcare costs. Where is money going to come from to pay your monthly expenses? Is something that you always have to ask yourself. One thing I know for sure is that even though I may not be bringing income home, my bills don't stop coming. You may be able to manage for a few months, but what if it's something like a critical illness or chronic? How long can you manage? And that is where the living benefits of these plans come into play. Thank you.
Wow. Truly, the bills never stop coming, even when you go on vacation. The bills never stop coming. And then you said something really profound: healthcare costs. It has just continued to skyrocket it over and over. It's almost like it doesn't stop. It just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And it's great to know that there's something that, God forbid, tomorrow you can't work, you can actually tap into, and it's tax-free. So that is great to know. I wanted to just ask, I know you both have been doing this for a few years now. Is this a fee for service, or how does your organization go about that?
Oh,
Eddie,
no. No, we are all about a financial campaign.
Okay, so it is free, and how do people get educated? Do they have to come to you? What is that process like?
We will provide the information for our workshops that we run every single day.
Okay.
So they just need to get with us and we'll give them the information. We're not charging for those workshops. We just want to make sure at least 30 million families are educated in North America. And that's just our goal. We believe that every single family, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're educated or not, you deserve the right to know about money and to get your money work for you. You are the best manager of your own funds. And the only way you can be that best manager is to be properly educated.
Wow. Oh yeah. I couldn't agree more. We just had a question. Someone joining us from Facebook, Dr. Spicy. This is a yummy pepper sauce out here. But the question they had is, please tell us more about IULs. Oh, they just joined in. And I know, Ms. Priska, you just talked about that. Just 2 seconds briefly, just because they've asked the question and we want to make sure that, they can follow with you later on. Just briefly, 2 seconds.
All right. The IUL, otherwise called the Index Universal Life, is the fastest growing product due to its index strategy. It has flexible features, like I said, which means you can adjust the death benefit and you can adjust the premium depending on the circumstances that the person is facing. Depending on how much you've put into the policy, sometimes you could skip the payments or premiums for some months. You could actually stop. Again, it depends on how long you've been with your plan and how you funded it. So every case is going to be different, but at least the good thing there is that it's adjustable and it's flexible. And of course, the biggest key issues there also is to make sure when the markets are going down, the principal that you've put in and the interest accrued is not affected. You can rest assured say, well, if I woke up today and I was told my cash value was $50,000 and I heard that the markets just went into the negative, I don't have any issues. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. I'm not running up and down and panicking, because why? My exact amount would be there, and I can still, depending on which company I go with, I can still gain some floor interest amount.
That is fantastic. Knowing your money is safe. Who doesn't like money out here? We all love money. We all love money, but it's even more important to know that your money is safe, because I think that's one thing that we all dread, especially with our very unstable market these days. So how can the community find both of you? And I'm sorry we're having a little delay, but we can hear you clearly. Mr. Eddie, could you go, how can people reach you for, further education? Because this is what you've been doing for a few years now.
You can reach me by calling this number, 301-674-3337. You can also send me a text or WhatsApp. I will be at your service. If you want, you can follow this link and just send me a message with your phone number and I will call you.
Fantastic. I definitely will make sure that I post both of your contact information. And I believe you all also do Zoom as well. It doesn't have to be a face-to-face, correct?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Ms. Prisker, how can the community reach out to you for free financial education? I have to say free because we have gone to the bank and had to pay for this service. So it's great to know that there's an organization out here doing amazing things and providing this for free. How can we reach out to you for further education?
My hotline, 281-814-4196. You can reach me through that, and then we can go from there. Again, we provide Zoom presentations any and anyhow. At any time, we will reach out, because why? Again, we have a big goal. We want to educate 30 million families in the next 8 years, and we really want to do that. And we know that if you indicate we would do that, and that will increase our number towards this goal we want to reach.
That is fantastic. I love how you said my hotline. That number must be a hotline. So please, if you're calling the hotline and she doesn't pick up, bear with her. She will get back to you. She said my hotline. I love it. We don't have any more questions at this point. I see that. Thank you, Dr. Spices, for joining us. Moses said, give me 1 second, a valuable piece of time listening to these speakers, one-stop platform to build generational legacy. Financial education has always been presented with complexities. Now we can access it. Wow. Yes, absolutely, Moses. It is at our fingertips, and what a blessing to know that we have people within our own communities that are doing this and are doing this for free. Who doesn't like free? Everybody likes free. Everybody wants to save money. So please reach out to them. To both of you, any last words for our communities? And this is a platform where a lot of our, our community members are small business owners. So as you go, I would love for you to say something to our small business owners and why this is important. Mr. Eddie, have you go first, and then Ms. Priska, you go last.
Again, thank you very much for this platform. I will say to our community that financial education it's for everybody. It's for everybody who wants to who wants to become financially independent. A lot of people are insecure today when they talk about their finances, but there's nothing wrong with that. But we want them to come out so we can sit with them and be able to move them from where they are, the insecurity, to security. People are wealthy because they do three things. They seek information. That information that they seek, they plan on that information, and whatever they plan to do, they do it for a long period of time. The wealthy people, most of them did not inherit wealth. They got educated. They plan on that education, and whatever they plan to do, they do it for a long period of time. That is why they are wealthy. And that is where a lot of us, we struggle. We work, we get paid, but we struggle in being able to multiply that money and protect that money. So if you're out there listening to me, it's not too late. Action is today. Planning is now. Contact us and we'll be able to help you.
I love it. Ms. Priska, please, last words, and especially to our small business owners.
Absolutely. We also want to make sure you know that there's also business continuation strategies. We also talk about like key person plans, business executive bonus plans to help you, create something for your executives. You always have to think, what if something happens to the key player of the company? How do you replace that key player? What are some of the things that you could do? So we also provide education for business owners on how to be able to put these strategies in place, or something I know, especially in our own community too, we have a lot of people doing partnership. Do we understand things like buy and sell agreement? I mean, I could be in business with a brother, but it doesn't mean that if something happens to me, I want the brother's family to be my partner. What do you do in those instances? So we provide all-around education, and we really wish that our own, especially small business owners in our communities, will understand and use these valuable tools to make sure that there's no lapses in the business, and business can continue to grow from generation to generation. Again, it's action. Everything we've done today would make no sense if you take no action. No question sounds wrong or funny or not important. Don't sleep tonight if you have a question. Reach out and we will create time to share with you and talk with you so you can get yourself, on track this 2023. At the end of the day, I believe that for those that take action, even in the next 3-4 months, you would see significant improvements in your finances. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to be on this platform today, and we look forward to more opportunities like this to educate our own. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you both. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from, again, Ms. Priska and Mr. Eddie have been doing this for a number of years now. And if that's one thing I want you to take home, is that for you and I, small business owners or the side hustlers, there is so much more. We literally just touched the tip of the iceberg. We haven't gone further in. So please reach out to them for more information. She said some powerful things right now about owning a business and partnerships, which we did not go in depth, but again, you have the hotline number. I will be sharing both contact information for you to reach out for your free financial education. There is power in knowledge, and when we know, please, let's take action. And as we said, our goal for this platform in 2023 is to scale up. Not only to scale up your business, but to also scale up your personal and your family's life as well. So thank you for joining us. If you need a host, a moderator, a facilitator for your events, it's your girl, MCJT. We're at www.mceejt.com. Thank you for joining us so much. Have an amazing day. God bless you. And listen, let us together build those financial foundations. Thank you so much. It's All Things Events. Stay blessed. Thank you again.
Okay.